shared, today I'm here to announce that Fund in the Commons is coming to Asia and is choosing Taipei to be the first station to be in Asia. And this whole event will be in partnership with DAO Zero, which is a community that wouldn't even exist without Fund in the Commons. Here's the story. Yes. One second. Good? Okay. So last year, I met Noah, who started the DAO Zero with me in New York. It was at Fund in the Commons. So I was like upstairs, up on the stage, sharing about Taiwan and digital democracy when some Taiwanese, like one and only Taiwanese in the audience, reach out to me and say that we should do something together. We are both Taiwanese and doing stuff in public good sectors, and it's really weird that we don't really know each other. So we joined forces and decided to bring Fund in the Commons to Taiwan and to have this amazing conversation happen in Asia. That's how we started. So we started wanting to supercharge this digital democracy. What does that mean? Fund in the Commons started with all of us participated in Fund in the Commons actually shared a Web3 background, and what I realized was that even without Web3, there's actually already some examples in Taiwan that is creating something that's very much alike. So that is GovZero. So GovZero, you can see that the word in it, it's government, but replacing the O with a zero. And that's GovZero. So what is GovZero? It's a civic tech community that started 10 years ago, now almost about 11 years. And what we did as a community, not representing the community, what GovZero did is actually to help fork the government. What is forking the government? Whenever you feel that there's something that you are not satisfied with the government, you fork it. And this is a group of people that actually just gets your hand dirty and to work on whatever thing they think is important. So the journey of the GovZero started in 2012 when a group of hackers found that a democracy should actually have more transparency, especially during election. A group of people went into the Ministry of Interior and digitized all of the data of political donation and making it also visualize it so that people can be more informed during election. And that act eventually expand to something that's like even bigger, and more projects started rolling in after the very initial trying to make things transparent in the government database. In the 2014, there was a Sunflower movement, which is one of the really important civil movement within Taiwan, fighting against the freedom of speech and also protecting the land of our own. In this movement, GovZero also plays a really important role in supporting all the technical part and communication part, which brings the whole digital activism to a really different level of what we've even expected before. In the 2016, the whole group, because it became really accepted by a lot of general public, once a new government was in the presidency, they brought on one of our core community member, Audrey Tong, to be one of the to join them in the government, and she's now the digital minister of Taiwan. In 2020, when COVID hits us, we also utilized this very enriching public good and civic tech community to help us hack through the map system and help us, the mask system, and help us create a mask map that was eventually adopted by the government. So with this kind of community, there's actually a lot of public goods created in the Taiwan environment, but not recognized enough and not compensated enough. So us, Noah and I, after we participated in Fund in the Commons, we realized that this is some conversation that we seriously need in Taiwan, and people need to see how like all these different movements are already happening in Taiwan, and all these different initiatives are already happening in Taiwan. We follow the spirits of GovZero, and this is how we organize the community. Everything needs to be open source, and we are always hands-on, and we are public spirited. It means that we always focus on the public goods, whatever that is in the benefit of the public would be in our focus. We went from collective actions to connected actions, even though we are a group. But even though we share kind of the similar vision, but we're all connected in some way, and we don't force people to do the same thing with us. And at the same time, we don't call ourselves a decentralized organization. We are a polycentric organization, which is a very, very important essence of the forming of the community, and which is why a lot of DAO, like people working on DAO, actually want to talk to GovZero people to learn about the polycentric model. We vote with actions, even though we know that a lot of DAOs nowadays, they do a lot of votings, but we don't. What we do is vote with actions. For example, if today I find something important, I'll just start it. I'll just initiate it. There's a slogan within our community called, "Don't ask why nobody is doing it. You are nobody." It means that if no one is doing it, you should just be the person to do it, to take on it. And when no one is talking about funding a public good ecosystem, Noan and I take on it, and then eventually brought the whole discussion to Taiwan and created DAO0. Right now, we started wanting to bring in all the funding the public goods discussion into Taiwan. But right now we have so many different directions that got expanded since we started. We started working on polarity, which is a new technological philosophy that we highly value. We started working on decentralized identity, and we also have research on DAOs, how people collaborate with each other, and what are the new ways to form an organization and to live and work with each other. We work on hypercerts with Hypercerts Foundation and Protocol Labs, and doing all these experiments on incentivizing the actions and all the different projects within the public goods area within Taiwan. We are bringing Fund in the Commons to Taipei, and also things like DAO Taipei or any other event. We are bringing more enriching conversation to Taiwan because we believe Taiwan deserves some conversation and deserves some attention because we already do something about it and people need to know about it. Fund in the Commons in Taipei will happen in December 9th and 10th later this year. And I would like to welcome all of you to join us in Taipei, to come to Taiwan and see how the digital movement, the really grassroots people, how the hackers work together with all the politicians or with all the activists. It's a unique environment with very different things to offer. I sincerely invite you to join us in Taipei. And here's a quick picture of last year. We already hosted some of you guys from Fund in the Commons. It was Evan from Protocol Labs who came to Taiwan to visit us, and which is when we really decide that there is some synergy, and that's something that needs to happen. Here's a QR code. You can find the event information here, and also you can find me or DAO0 on Twitter and all the social medias. Scan the thing, and then you'll get more information. Great. I see there's some people scanning. And a reminder, if you book the ticket to Taiwan right now, it will be a little bit cheaper. So maybe right after this, just book the ticket. Great. So we are DAO0, and we sincerely invite you to join us in Taiwan in December 9th and 10th at Fund in the Commons Taipei. Thank you.